Rapper Dababy has dealt with his fair share of controversy in recent years, so much so that the world is beginning to grow tired of his wild antics. The Cleveland native entertainer has continually said hurtful and triggering things that have alienated his fans, has a long and storied history of arrests and legal troubles, and has even faced backlash for tweeting about a fast food chain. Formerly known professionally as Baby Jesus, Dababy was born Jonathan Lyndell Kirk on December 22, 1991. His debut album, Baby on Baby, which hit record stores, streaming services, and digital outlets in 2019, peaked at number 7 on the Billboard 200. His follow-up album, Kirk, released later that year, debuting at number 1. Dababy's most significant singles from these two albums were Shug, Intro, and Bop. His third album, Blame It on Baby, debuted once again at number 1 in 2020 and featured the chart-topping hit Rockstar, which featured Compton singer and rapper Roddy Ricch. Join Trender as we take a closer look at the seemingly never-ending stream of controversies and scandals that Dababy has found himself caught up in. From his homophobic tirade at a music festival in 2021 to his admitted involvement in the fatal shooting of a 19-year-old in Hunterville, North Carolina in 2018, Dababy has repeatedly landed himself in heaps of trouble and hasn't shown an ounce of regret or remorse for any of his actions. 2018 Hunterville Shooting. On November 5, 2018, shots rang out at a Walmart on Brighton Town Center Drive in Hunterville, North Carolina. When police arrived at the scene of the incident just moments after several shots were fired inside the store, they found a 19-year-old man named Jalen Craig shot in the abdomen. Moments after their arrival, Craig died at the scene. 4 individuals, Dababy included, were then taken into custody for questioning. Not long after the incident, Dababy publicly confirmed that he had been involved in the shooting and said that he had acted in self-defense. He further asserted that the security footage from the store would back up his claim. According to his story, he was out shopping with his family when he was confronted by 2 men with weapons in hand. In a video that he posted on social media, Dababy expressed that if he hadn't acted as he did, his daughter could have easily been injured or even killed. On March 29, 2019, North Carolina local news outlet WSOC-TV reported that the charges that had been brought against the Interscope rapper had been dropped in court the day prior. While the most serious charges had been nixed, Dababy still ended up pleading guilty to a misdemeanor charge of carrying a concealed weapon. 2020 robbery and battery charges. Dababy was detained and questioned in Miami, Florida in January 2020 after he was implicated in a robbery of a music promoter who allegedly paid him only $20,000 instead of the $30,000 that he was promised for a performance. According to reports, Dababy and members of his crew jumped and robbed the man, taking $80 in cash, an old iPhone 7, and a credit card. Dababy was charged with battery and was arrested after police found that he had an open arrest warrant out of Texas for an unrelated battery charge. 48 hours after being booked into the Miami-Dade County Jail, the rapper was released. Later that year, during Dababy's Up Close and Personal tour, he allegedly slapped one of his female fans while on his way to take the stage in Tampa, Florida. The audience responded to his assault on the woman by booing, and Dababy ended up leaving the venue without performing a single song. Dababy later posted a video on Instagram explaining his actions. He claimed that he had acted so brashly when the woman in question had taken a video with her camera's flash on too close to his face. He apologized for hitting a woman, but said that his fans should know by now that he would have still responded the same way whether the individual was male or female. Enjoying the video? Like and subscribe to Trender for more content like this, and don't go anywhere. We've still got plenty of Dababy controversies to cover. Offensive tweets amidst the George Floyd protests. After George Floyd's murder at the hands of Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin in 2020, protests and uprisings sprang up all across the nation. During this tense time in American history, Dababy faced backlash after making several posts on social media that people found to be insensitive. The offending comments referenced his song Rockstar, leading to many of his fans to call him out for the timing of the posts. Dababy responded to this criticism by explaining that he too was a victim of police brutality. He said that he was a, quote, real-life victim of racism and police brutality, end quote. He went on to complain that the vast majority of people on the internet have never been beat up by the police or charged with something that they didn't do. 2021 gun charges. Dababy found himself in a bit of legal trouble once again when he was arrested in LA in 2021 for possession of a loaded and concealed firearm. The staff members of the Coochie store on Rodeo Drive informed the police that Dababy was strapped after they noticed that he had a gun tucked into his waistband. According to reports, Dababy was briefly held and released on a $35,000 bond later that day. 2022 bowling alley assault. In February of 2022, Dababy attacked a man at a bowling alley in Topanga, California. According to a lawsuit filed by the victim, Brandon Bills, the brother of singer Denny Lay, Dababy attacked him unprovoked after walking by him in a bowling alley. Videos of the incident show that Dababy and members of his crew proceeded to brutally beat Bills in a fight that ended up spilling into neighboring lanes. Denny Lay is the mother of Dababy's daughter. At the moment, it's unclear what the rapper's motivation was for attacking the man. Law enforcement says that they currently are investigating Dababy for assault with a deadly weapon since Bills was kicked in the head during the brawl. Dababy's homophobic remarks. Miami's 2021 Rolling Loud Music Festival's last day was packed full of fans anticipating performances by artists like Post Malone, Megan Thee Stallion, and Dababy, among others. Dababy took the stage after Megan Thee Stallion surprised the audience by bringing Tory Lanez on stage with her, a year after the entertainer had accused Lanez of shooting her in the foot. Dababy addressed the audience by making several shocking and hurtful comments that the LGBTQ community in particular took offense to. He said that attendees who hadn't shown up to the event with HIV, AIDS, or, quote, any of the deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks should put their cell phone lighter up, end quote. He went on to say the same about women in attendance whose urine smelled like water and men who weren't performing acts of oral sex in the parking lot. Dababy's comments were met with widespread condemnation by media and fans alike. He responded to the criticism by saying that what he and his fans do at his shows shouldn't concern people on the internet. He further went on to claim that his gay fans didn't have HIV or AIDS because they aren't, quote, nasty or junkies, end quote. Following those inflammatory remarks, Dababy was dropped from the lineup of Lollapalooza on August 1st and was replaced by G Herbo. Fashion brand Boohoo Man then ceased their collaboration with him. On August 2nd, the Governor's Ball Music Festival organizers announced that Dababy had been dropped from that year's lineup. Other festivals and events that followed suit by dropping Dababy from their respective lineups included the Austin City Limits Festival, the iHeartRadio Music Festival, Day in Vegas, Music Motown, and the Parklife Festival. Dababy posted an apology for his remarks on August 2nd, but a week later he deleted the post, prompting further backlash against him. Radio stations across the nation then started airing a remixed version of the Dua Lipa track Levitating that didn't feature his contribution. This action resulted in his credit being removed from the Billboard airplay charts. Later that month, on August 24th, Dababy freestyled about being canceled over Bia's track Whole Lotta Money. Dababy's love for Chick-Fil-A drew criticism. This one is a lot less controversial than the previous incidents we discussed, but it still deserves a mention. In 2020, Dababy came under fire after he tweeted a picture of a bag from Chick-Fil-A. Fans immediately took issue to the tweet, taking offense to the fact that the rapper had ordered food from a corporation that has supported Donald Trump and historically has donated to charities holding anti-LGBTQ ideologies. One Twitter user posted that people didn't want to see Dababy's posts about Chick-fil-A and that there was, quote, a lot going on in the world right now, end quote. Another user tweeted to inform the rapper that the fast food chain had been canceled by the online community. Some fans come to Dababy's defense, however. One person complained how someone couldn't even post a chicken sandwich anymore without someone getting upset. While Dababy ended up deleting the offending tweet, he sent out a series of tweets complaining about the controversy. Only time will tell if Dababy has been effectively canceled or whether he'll bounce back from his many controversies. Regardless, with an estimated net worth in 2022 of somewhere between $5 and $6 million, Dababy probably doesn't have much to worry about for the foreseeable future. What do you think about Dababy's homophobic remarks? Are they enough to warrant his cancellation, or do you think the media and people of the internet have been overreacting? We'd love to hear your take on things in the comments section below. And before you watch another one of our videos, take a moment to show us a little support by subscribing to Trender and giving this video a like. While you're at it, tap the bell to turn on notifications. That way, you can keep up with all of our latest and upcoming videos as soon as they drop. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon with more content covering modern pop culture, current affairs, and all things trending.